Well, folks, it's official. NEO stock is now down 95% from the highs that we saw that stock go to back in 2021, which, yes, crazy, was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, we had one of the craziest bubbles in world history, and we had this insane EV bubble where Tesla went to the moon, NEO went to the moon, all these other stocks went to the moon. But did these so-called investing gurus on YouTube call these stocks back when they were penny stocks or very low? No, they started buying these stocks when they were already up like 300%. And then they trapped and tricked a bunch of retail investors into buying these stocks, unfortunately. And so let's just go ahead and take a look. So if you look at the 5-year chart, the high that NEO went to was $60. That is literally the high right there, $61. January 22nd of 2021, NEO went to $61 a share. Fast forward 3 years later, NEO was at $6 a share right now. It is down 95% from the highs. And sooner or later, eventually, NEO will go right back to what it always was, a penny stock. Now, how did we get here? What's the story? Okay, first off, we got to play stock mode. Now, I do have to be honest here because I truly do. I don't get as much hate as I used to, but the more recent example I can think of is PayPal. I said that PayPal is not a good stock to buy. I would not buy it. And the PayPal code came for me. And right after I said that, PayPal continued to go down, which was hilarious. I'm like, you just can't help these people. They're just too stupid. Now I know PayPal is up like 25% because the CEO basically pumped the stock. That doesn't bother me because to me, fundamentally, PayPal is still not a good company, but the CEO came out and said, on this day, we're going to shock the world. And the stock went up 25%. Big pump and dump, in my opinion. I mean, I can't believe retail's that stupid to fall for stuff like that, but you can't say people. Anyway, 2 years ago in 2022, October 25th of 2022, I made this video right here. I said this stock mode created a bunch of NEO bag holders. And what do you all think happened in the comments? I had a bunch of NEO bag holders trashing me in the comments and saying that I'm an idiot and I'm stupid and I don't know anything and I'm dumb. Okay, well, guess what? When I posted this video, NEO stock was at $11 per share. Fast forward to now, the thing's almost at $5. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure next week NEO will be at $5, right? Okay, so you got that. Let's just play a little bit of what Stock Mode was saying, because Stock Mode was saying some insane things back in 2021. And I know some of you guys probably forgot, but I didn't. So here we go. Let's go ahead and listen to what Stock Mode had to say.
I told you, I think by the end of 2021, do not be surprised to see NEO at $90 a share to $100 a share, in that range, with the increase in production, sales, deliveries, all their...
This is when you know somebody doesn't know what they're talking about. He said, expect NEO to get to $90 to $100 per share. When he said this, NEO was at $48 a share. So he's basically saying that NEO is going to essentially double from where it was already at when it already had this insane market cap. And his justification was, oh, they're going to increase their EV sales and they're going to increase this. Like, bro, that's not how stock prices work. Like, it's going to take a lot for a stock to double by the end of the year. And it's going to take a lot more than, oh, their EV sales grew by a little bit. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy to think that people were really listening to this clown. But yeah, this guy told you back when NEO was $48 that NEO was going to hit $90 to $100. Fast forward, had you sold NEO back when it was $48, you wouldn't be in a current situation we're in now where NEO was at $6 per share. And for those who don't believe me when I say that Stock Mode created a bunch of bag holders, well, they're actually still bag holders right now who are in the stock. Let me actually go ahead and go over to our good people over here on Reddit. So I went to Reddit. I did some looking. I wanted to see what people were saying. So if we go to Reddit, you can kind of see, well, first off, this guy kind of did a good job explaining why NEO's down. This pretty much is why. So it says here, still going down with the entire market. China misses fourth quarter GDP. Yeah, so China's economy has not been doing well last year, and it looks like China's economy still isn't doing all that well even into this year. And then also EV sales in China are actually falling as well. You can see right here, it says that the China Passenger Car Association revealed a 21% drop in retail new energy vehicle sales in China. And also, again, the only reason why NEO ran up just like Tesla and many of these other companies, is because you literally would just have this insane EV bubble. Fast forward now, I think that bubble has not only like popped, but I think people are starting to realize that these electric cars have a lot of issues. I mean, look at Tesla. Like, I'm from Chicago. I live here right now. I'm sure most of you guys have seen the headlines. Oak Brook is not that far away from me. Oak Brook is like 15 minutes away from me, right? Or like 20 minutes or whatever, right? And what happened was, because it got so cold in Chicago, we had temperatures as low as negative 31 degrees when you account for the wind chill, like the wind and stuff. We had temperatures as low as negative 31 degrees. And what happened was, people, EV chargers were not working. Like Tesla's EV chargers, Tesla, for whatever reason, did not account for the fact that, what if it gets really cold? How are your chargers going to act? And so what happened was, the only chargers anywhere in the Chicagoland area that worked were the ones that were Oak Brook. I guess Oak Brook had these special superchargers. I don't know how it works, but apparently Oak Brook had the only chargers in the Chicagoland area that worked. So you had just tons of Teslas, just this crazy Tesla buildup. You guys saw that show, The Last of Us, the movie on Netflix. Remember The Last of Us? Is that the name of the show? I forgot. I think it's The Last of Us or something like that. I don't know. But there was a show on Netflix. It's like this end of the world show where they basically said, let me see if I can find it real quick on my iPad. But they basically said, what was that name of that show? Dang it. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It was like this end of the world show that Obama helped with or whatever. I don't know why I said The Last of Us. I feel like that's not the name of the show. I can't remember what the name of that show was. Oh, it is The Last of Us. It is The Last of Us. I was right, I think. Nope, it's not The Last of Us. Okay, I don't know. Dang it. What was that Doomsday show? Hold on, I gotta find it. It had that Idris dude. Leave the World Behind. That's it. Leave the World Behind. That was the name of the show. Okay. So, my bad, y'all. Okay, so Leave the World Behind. There was a part in there where there was a bunch of Teslas all lined up. Because, the robots or whatever, like malfunction, whatever happened. There were a bunch of Teslas. That's exactly what Oak Brook was like. There was a bunch of Teslas lined up because there were only a few chargers in Oak Brook that worked. So the bottom line is, these electric cars have all these problems. We clearly don't have the infrastructure for it. And what I mean by that is, there's plenty of infrastructure to support gas powered cars. There are gas stations everywhere. There are mechanics everywhere if something happens to your car. There's not a crap ton of mechanics for Teslas. There's not a crap ton of charging stations everywhere. As a matter of fact, where I live, and I'm in a big city, I'm in Chicago, it ain't a whole lot of places you could go to get a charging station. You could go to like a Walgreens or a Target or a mall or something. It ain't too many places. So it just kind of sucks, So yeah, so NIO's falling because of that. Let me go back to the Reddit, because the Reddit was actually really sad. You basically still have bag holders even to this day. Here's one post by this guy right here. He says, after 3 years, I just want out. I've stayed optimistic and hopeful for all these years, but I've had enough. Really thinking about cutting my losses. What a nightmare this has been. So basically, this guy probably bought NIO at like $40, $50 a share, probably listened to Stock Mo, and has been bag holding ever since, because Stock Mo told him that one day NIO's going to go to $100 a share. Okay. Let's see. There were some other interesting comments. Look, this guy said, I effing bought at 52. So basically, this guy is literally down like 90% of his shares. I don't know why you didn't been sold. I mean, I really don't understand this whole bag holding mentality where people are like, bag hold to the end. Like, bro, you should have been sold. Like, seriously, you should have been sold. Okay. This guy said, I had the same mistake. Now I am holding over 3,000 shares at a $26 average. Okay, so what happened to this guy was, he probably bought NIO at $52. He probably bought a few shares. Then it kept going down. Stock Mo said, oh, just keep averaging down, family. Just keep averaging down. So he averaged down, averaged down, averaged down. Next thing you know, he's got 3,000 shares at $26. And he's at a point now where he owns so many shares of the company, he doesn't have enough money where he can average down enough to kind of make up for it. Like, he will never be able to bring his average even down to like $15. Like, he's stuck. So his only hope is that NIO goes back to $26 so he could get out, which unfortunately I'm here to tell you is probably never going to happen. Okay. This guy said he bought 7,200 shares at $27. That is absolutely insane. So again, Stock Mo, unfortunately, created a bunch of NIO bag holders. Matter of fact, let's see how Stock Mo's doing. Why do I feel like he's still relevant and still gets somewhat decent views? I mean, he doesn't get a lot of views for
Hi, family. This is
600,000 views, but Yeah, the fact that he still gets views is crazy. Look at that. He's getting 18K views, 10,000 views, 11,000 views, 12,000 views. I mean, his views are basically in the toilet. Like, he barely gets any views. And I'm not surprised because to me, his content is extremely bland and boring. Like, there's nothing entertaining or cool about him. But yeah, honestly, this guy, I'm not even joking when I say this. This guy should seriously be banned from YouTube for what he did. He literally, as I said in my other video, he created an entire army of Neo bag holders. And now you fast forward and the stock went from $61 a share to $6 a share. Absolutely insane. Hopefully those who bag hold it learn their lesson. Investing in stocks is not an easy game. It really messes with you psychologically. There's rules that you have to follow if you want to be good at this. And at the end of the day, I keep saying this, for the average person, the best thing you could do is just buy index funds. You'll be able to sleep better at night. Over time, you will make money. Your money will appreciate. I mean, for crying out loud, I looked at my investments. I bought the S&P 500 last year, and my stock portfolio was up like 22, 25%, something like that, just from buying the S&P 500, as opposed to people who bought individual stocks and their portfolios are down 90% because they bag holded Neo. So again, index funds is the way to go. Can't stress this enough. But yeah, anyway, that'll go conclude today's video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.